Hello, my dear friends. My name is Harold, and welcome to The Sanctum, your gateway into learning and exploring the ancient wisdom of the East and the West. In this video, we're going to dive deep into the concept of the light body. So stay tuned. Throughout human history, the concept of life after death has been a profound and deeply philosophical topic, reaching into the realms of spirituality, religion, and metaphysics. Among the many interpretations of what may happen post-mortem, one of the most fascinating concepts is what is known as the light body. This esoteric notion suggests that beyond our physical form, with the right spiritual practices, a more subtle and radiant expression of our being can be made manifest, which becomes particularly relevant after physical death. This emanation can be called the light body. So the light body, also known as the rainbow body, is considered an emanation surrounding and interpenetrating the physical body. This non-material body is composed not of flesh or bone, but of light energy, and is often perceived as the eternal core of our existence. And it is believed by some to allow our consciousness to willfully exist, ascend, or travel onwards after death. References to this light body or rainbow body can be found in several ancient traditions. In Tibetan Buddhism, achieving the rainbow body is the ultimate state of Dzogchen practice, where the body is said to be dissolved into pure light or even shrink at the time of death. In Egyptian and Gnostic Christian texts, they refer to this radiant form as the body of glory that survives death and transcends. The concept appears even in Jewish mysticism, also known as the Kabbalah. It is viewed as the vehicle that carries consciousness beyond the physical earthly plane. Some believe that during life, cultivating this light body through various spiritual practices can lead an individual to an enlightened state of being, with effects on the way we pass on after physical death. Therefore, developing this light body is an important step in many spiritual traditions and doctrines, as it allows an individual to tap into the immortal nature of the soul. The light body allows an individual to move beyond the veil of death, consciously retaining their awareness without being swept into the currents of reincarnation. Of course, this is if the light body has been sufficiently refined and the awareness of the individual cultivated during their life in preparation for the time of their physical death. So how can we begin to create this light body? One way is by practicing the following technique daily. There are also other practices that are taught in various traditions. Every tradition has some kind of practice that begins to develop the light body. The technique that I'm now going to share with you is known as the middle pillar exercise. And it is a powerful way of beginning to develop and refine the light body. Keep in mind that this exercise uses Kabbalistic God names or divine names, which are sacred and magical words associated with the Kabbalah that brings forth divine emanations and places it in particular places of the body, beginning to create a luminous body in the astral plane. God names are essentially highly energetically charged Hebrew names associated with the nature of source or source consciousness. These names can be found on the Kabbalistic tree of life, which is a diagrammatic representation of the process by which the whole universe came into being, and a path for spiritual ascent. So the exercise is carried out in this particular manner. First, you would either sit down in the pharaonic or heretic posture with your hands facing down on your feet on the ground, or you can do this standing upright, that's fine too, with your hands by your side. And you start by imagining a golden ball of light on top of your head, on top of your crown right here. And as you focus on this particular point, imagining a golden ball of light, you want to repeat this God name 4 times, imagining that this particular ball of light is being charged with this God name. If you're somebody who can speak Hebrew, you can imagine the Hebrew letters. If not, you can just imagine it in English. Imagine that that particular God name is there within the golden ball of light on top of your head and in each point that we go through. So the first God name, and I apologize for my Hebrew pronunciation, I'm not a native speaker. So the first God name is Yeh. And you don't want to simply say these words, you want to vibrate them. So you would vibrate them in this manner. In that manner. And you would do that 4 times on top of your head. You may notice all sorts of sensations. Sometimes you may even see light and all of these things. That's okay. That's a natural part of the process as you begin to bring forth these powerful divine emanations onto the body to begin to create the light body. So you do that 4 times on top of your head. And then as you breathe in, you imagine that ball moving all the way down to your throat. And now imagine the next God name here within the golden ball and chant it 4 times. The next God name is Yod He Vav He Elohim, in that way. And you want to once again vibrate it. So you would say Yod He Vav He Elohim. And you would say that 4 times. And imagine bringing the ball all the way down, somewhere in between your solar plexus and heart, just right there in the center of your being. And imagine the next Hebrew God name. Now there are different variations to this, but the one that I'm going to do is the God name E-A-O. So you vibrate this 4 times, imagining that there. E-A-O. And imagine that ball now moving all the way down to the genital region. And you imagine the next God name there. And that next God name is Shaddai El Chai. So you would chant Shaddai El Chai. And then finally imagine the ball going all the way down to your feet and is now below your feet. So you've created almost like a pillar of light with these orbs. And a golden orb is now below your feet. And you imagine the final God name repeating 4 times. Adonai Haaretz. And you repeat that 4 times. Imagine a pillar of golden light has just come rushing down, illuminating your entire being. And now imagine that golden light is now below your feet. And now you want to circulate the light that you brought forth through these divine names. So you start by imagining that that ball is moving from your right hand side, going all the way back up to your head and back down from your left hand side, back down to your feet, circulating, creating light around your aura. So what you're doing is you're spreading this light all around your aura in this way. And now once this has come all the way down like this, taking 1 full rotation, you want to repeat that 4 times using your visualization, the movement of the light. And now once it's once again below your feet, imagine doing that again, but bringing the ball of light forward, a forward rotation, spreading the light, the front and the back of your aura 4 times. And then once it's returned back to your feet, imagine breathing in, drawing that ball of light up through your body, all the way up your spine, all the way up to your head, and imagine that ball of light exploding into almost like rain of golden light, just showering you with this light energy. And then once it reaches the ground, it collects back into a sphere, and then you breathe again and you do the same thing, exploding into rain of golden light that spreads across your aura back to the ground, and you do that essentially 4 times total. And finally, once the ball forms again at the bottom of your feet, you want to breathe in. Imagine it comes all the way up to the center of your being, near your heart, and then you imagine it expanding and spreading across your entire aura. So then it's almost as if you are now a light being and you are encased in a sphere of white light. The exercise must be carried out daily. You may notice that when you do this exercise, you may start to feel energized, as it brings forth a lot of light energy into the body. So you will feel very energized after doing it. For this reason, you want to avoid doing it before bed, as it can affect your sleep. The utterance of the divine names and placing them on your body will begin to charge your body and create an astral imprint of light energy with a luminous divine quality to it. This body will develop over time and can be used for astral travel, for scrying, for remote viewing, and other visual type meditative practices. So for that reason, it's a very powerful technique to begin to develop and cultivate psychic power and be able to transcend the 5 senses and develop the inner faculties of the mind. So I hope this all makes sense, and I hope you found this practice interesting. So if you have any questions, please let me know in the comment section below. Thank you, take care, and I shall see you very soon. Peace.